Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 173 slash 74. Well, today on the show we made a carrot cake, and what a delicious cake it was. Joining me now in the studio, good afternoon to Rosa.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Barry Fierce YouTube channel. Today we baked some cake this afternoon, and I cannot wait. And Barry and I cannot wait to share the recipe and how the feeling and we are. You know what? I'm so excited. That's all I can say.
Well, if you've got carrots that are in the fridge, use them up, guys, and things like that, and turn the carrots into something delicious like this delicious carrot cake. Here's my offsider for her opening sequence about this delicious carrot cake.
You know what, guys? I'll go straight into it. So what we basically did was we got flour, baking powder, little bit of baking soda, 4 eggs, not so less butter, which we melted in the microwave. And then we added orange juice and then a bit of orange zest. So I'll go over to Barry, and Barry can also tell us what he did as well.
Okay, so after we mixed all the ingredients together, we poured it into our greased cake tin, and always grease your cake tin before you put your cake batter in, guys, because what can happen if you don't do that, your cake can stick to the pan when you are trying to get it out of the pan. Here's my offsider.
That's correct. It would be very hard to get it out of the pan. So what I did was I put some nutsless butter inside the pan, and then I poured the mixture inside the pan before I put it inside the oven.
So, before you put the cake into the oven, preheat your oven. Whilst you are making the batter, preheat your oven, and always put it to the right temperature, guys. Here's my offsider.
That's correct. Put it to the right temperature and turn on the oven maybe 10 minutes before you put it in to pre-warm it, preheat it. That's exactly what we did.
Okay, keep an eye on your cake, guys. Okay? Do not leave the cake. Do not have your oven up too hot, or otherwise, what can happen? It can burn, and the cake will not taste very nice burnt. Here's my offside. That's correct. You have to keep an eye on the cake. And that's exactly what I did. I set a timer. I knew the time that I put the cake in, and I was having an expectation of how many minutes it's going to take. What another trick that we did this time that I felt that worked for us was I covered the cake with a foil, because what I did last week was I did not. So what normally happens is the cake just cooked on top, and the bottom doesn't get cooked and it gets burnt on the top. So try and cover the cake with a foil so that it will slowly cook instead of getting the top cooked and the bottom not cooked. And make sure that you've got the right ingredients, guys. Here's my offsider. That's correct. Make sure that you've got the right ingredients. We were very careful with the ingredients. We checked the expiry dates. We made sure that everything that we are putting inside give it the flavors that we are looking for. Okay, the importance of baking cakes, guys. Okay, never assume that you've got enough ingredients. Here's my offsider. That's correct. Never, never, never assume
just double check and make sure that what you have is what you are getting, and you don't want any surprises as well.
Okay, and consider people's dietary requirements as well. Here's my offside.
That's correct. You have to consider that because, for example, someone like Barry doesn't take normal milk. So if you're going to make a bacon that involves you putting milk inside, you have to make sure that you are using maybe a lactose-free milk or soya milk or almond milk. Don't use, full cream milk, as some people may not like that at all.
Okay. So when the cake is cooked, insert a skewer to see whether you need to keep it in the oven for longer. Here's my offsider.
That's correct. So because we have the foil covering the cake, it took a lot more longer. It took about an hour and 15 minutes, which is completely fine because I prefer it taking its time. And honestly, we weren't in a rush at all. We did it first thing when we got here and we left it in the oven to cook on its own.
So don't don't open the oven door to see how things are getting on. Wait until the time is up. Here's my offside.
That's correct. Wait until the time is up. And also, just to be on the safe side, just double check it. If you feel you will smell something burning, or if you feel any suspicions, it's okay to completely open it and have a look. That's exactly what I did. Every 20 to 30 minutes, I would have a look. So I did check it about 2 to 3 times before I took it out, and it was perfect when I took it out.
So always wait for the cake to cool a bit before you remove it from your tin. Here's my offside.
That's correct. Just be careful before you open it in the tin, and that's exactly what we are looking for. So I was very happy, to be honest.
And so were we all. So if you've got any leftover carrots, okay, please use them up, okay? Make a delicious cake for morning or afternoon tea, or a farewell or for a meeting. Carrot cake, guys, you can't go wrong. Here's my offside.
That's correct. With the carrot cake, you can't go wrong. Ours was beautiful. Barry loved it. I loved it. It was just amazing, and we are very grateful as well.
So we hope that you've enjoyed listening to how we made the carrot cake. And we tell you guys, it is absolutely beautiful. So go on, pack some cake in the kids' lunch boxes. Here's my offside.
That's correct. Pack some cakes and add some cordial if you want to. It looks amazing.
So on to the next subject now. We also talked about not getting upset about little things. Here's my offsider.
That's correct. We talked about not getting upset with little things, and that is it's very very important. Barry did an amazing job. We had a little incident this morning with staff meeting and stuff like that, and I feel like Barry handled it really well.
So don't go or raise your voice.
Yeah.
Here's my offsider.
That's correct. Don't raise your voice because that's not what we are here for. That's not what we want you to do. We are very, very excited that everyone is learning one or two from this channel.
So If things aren't going right, guys, please talk to someone in an adult-like way about it, and the problem will be rectified. Here's my upside.
That's correct. The problem will be rectified. Have a open conversation with that person, and that should create, peace and unity among each other.
So we hope that you will take away some of the things Ryder and I have spoken about with you today on the show. Okay, it is very important to behave like an adult and not raise your voice and then blame someone else for something that they didn't do or say. Please don't do that. This is leading into our closing segment of the show. Please don't go. And here's my offsider.
Yeah, just don't go and abuse anyone. It's not right. It's not necessary. Please live in peace. Live in harmony.
So please do listen to what Ryder and I have said today. Write down a few things to help you. Okay, get along with someone, have a meeting with them, and rectify the problem. Here's my upside for her closing sequence.
Okay, thank you all for watching Barry Fierce videos or listening to it. We really appreciate your time. Please share, subscribe, leave your comments down below with other recipes that you would like us to do. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you so much.
And the numbers that we bring up at the end of each program, guys, Lifeline is 131114. They are there 24 hours a day. If you need to talk to someone, if you're struggling to cope with the death of a family member or a loved one, and just remember, like we said on a video we did a couple of weeks back, please do not discuss this during a consultation with the doctor, because they might get upset. And the emergency number 000, please do not ring that number unless you have an emergency. Save 000 for saving lives. Here's my upside to take us out with that message.
Okay, so thank you everyone. 000, you know what to do. We've always said that all the time. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
And thank you, and we wish you a great afternoon. The continuation of episode 173 is coming up later this evening about the fire drill. So have a good afternoon, everyone, and we will see you next week on the show with another fantastic recipe. I'm Barry Beard. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon. Bye bye.